So many buttons. There we go.
Yourself. Let people see the real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, and magical person that you are. Just be you.
Hey there, Orange Nation. My name is Coach Jen, and I'm coming to you live from my sunroom here in Richmond, Virginia. Today's workouts get started with a 4-minute dynamic warm-up that consists of 4 different exercises. The first is our standing internal and external hip rotation. Start in a strong standing set position. Heels under the hips, engage the core and pull the shoulders back. You're going to draw one knee up and out to the outside and then back into the midline of the body. You're going to have 30 seconds on one side, and then we're going to switch and do 30 seconds on the other side. From there, we move into your squat, into a front press. Feet are hip width apart. Sink the weight into the heels as your arms reach out in front and come back up to standing. You're going to do this move for 1 minute. Your option is to reduce the range of motion and not bring the arms up as high. We move from there into your alternating reverse lunge into a torso rotation. Again, starting train tracks, so your feet are hip width apart. Long through the stride as your knee drops down to the floor. Keep your shoulders set back over the hips and rotate in towards your front knee, coming back to the center and alternating sides. As always, reducing that range of motion if needed. You'll have 1 minute of the lunges. Our final exercise, butt kicks. This is where we look to bring the heart rate up and maybe start to approach that orange zone. Engaging the core as always. Knees stay under the hips as you pull the heels towards the back side. Your option to march it out instead and engage the back of the body by pulling the heel towards the glutes. All right, 4-minute dynamic warm-up, 4 different exercises. Let's get started.
Okie dokes, chokes. So again, the standing internal and external hip rotation, think about making a rainbow with the leg. So bring the knee up towards the torso, take it out wide, tap it to the ground, bring it up and out like you're doing a Spider-Man or Superman. Ooh. I came back. I was a little worrisome for a second there. Ooh. And switch legs. A little less than 10 seconds and we'll go into that squat with a front raise. Notice that she's only bringing her arms parallel to the ground. If you want to get a little more shoulder mobility, you can always reach those fingers up to the heavens. And begin, sit it down with that squat, raise those arms, and stand it up. So again, it's not a heart rate increasing squat. It's a working on range of motion and starting to get the blood pumping through the legs. Can't even talk. Woo. I guess I should take my own advice. Halfway. $15. Alternating reverse lunge with torso rotation. Again, you're going to turn towards whichever leg is in front. Step it back and twist. Remember, we're twisting the head and the shoulders. If your eyes go, your body will go. Don't rush through the lunge. Take your time to step it out and lower it down. We're just warming up. Shouldn't be getting super winded yet. $30 seconds. $15 seconds. I know you guys are excited about these butt kickers. Warming up through that posterior kinetic chain. Getting the heart rate up. I know she said orange. I'm just looking for green. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Kick those heels to that derriere. Pop it up. Having trouble with that jump step? Take it into a quick butt kick here. You can still get dynamic. Still get that heart rate up. We can add a little punch, a little hand pull. But if jumping's on for you, bouncing on those heels is not okay for those knees. I'm telling you, most sympathetic knee coach ever. 30 seconds. $15. In 5. And relax. Nice job. Okay, guys, block number 1 of 4, 8 minutes long. We're going to go mini band. So feel free to go and sit down and put on your mini band while we're chit-chatting. Starting here with an isometric squat hold in a lateral walk. So what's going to happen is we're going to put that mini band around the meaty part of our calves. We're going to stand it back up. Walking here laterally, that means side to side. Feet are never going to come all the way together, keeping at least a hip distance apart. Knees on top of those ankles, always pushing out through the outer thighs. Knees don't come in front of the toes because we're sitting the booty back. 6 repetitions of 3 steps out and 3 steps back. If we have to count every time we are stepping, that is 36 total steps before we move on to exercise number 2. We're then going to find ourselves in a mid-band squat to lateral leg raise. Sit your booty down. Come on, Coach Daisy, and lift that leg up. Do you see that lean she did? Oh, I'd come smack you in the shoulder. You know I would, except I'm not allowed to touch you anymore, maybe with a yardstick. So you better keep it up tall. We're not shifting the weight. We're squeezing through the outside of the glute. 12 in total or 6 on each side. We're then going to take it into our monster walks. Remember, that's making that crescent moon shape with the foot. The foot is going to come in, tap the other one, and squeeze it out. Bring it in, press it out. 4 steps forward, 4 steps back. That is 1 repetition. If we have to count, what is it, 48 steps? Is that 6 times 8? It's cool. I'm terrible at math, so whatever. We're then going to take it into good mornings. That is a hamstring and glute exercise. We are going to hinge it over, pressing those hips back like we were trying to close the door with our derriere, finding that good line from spine or from head all the way down to the tip of the spine. Range of motion, your hamstrings are going to tell you where you got to stop. Take it up. You better squeeze and follow through at the end. Think about a swing when we reach the top, up and in, like you had to poop and you're running for the bathroom. You guys miss me, I know. So let's get started here on our 8-minute block in 3, 2, 1, begin. Squat, walk. So in my house, we like to color coordinate. I have a black band to go with my black pants. So I promise it's there. It just may not look like it. You guys have ever been with me on a mini band day, you know what the focus needs to be. Belly button in and heel out. You guys can't press through the toe and expect the derriere to engage. You always have to think a little tiny bit pitch and toe. Think about pressing the knees out as well. Don't let those knees come in. That's what's fighting against the mini band. Whew. I'm going to take a stab in the dark out of the endurance, strength, and power. This one may be one of those endurance blocks. Endurance for those glutes that have been doing a whole lot of sitting in the last couple of weeks. So again, that monster walk. We're gonna start with one foot in front of the other. We're gonna swing the leg in and press it out. Swing the leg in, press it out. 4 times to the front and 4 times to the back. On those monster walks, let's keep the core engaged. There's a lot of glute work here in block number 1, but I promise there's a lot of sneaky core work. Those good mornings are going to be your opportunity to stretch out through your armpit, or stretch out through your armpits. Stretch out through your hamstrings. I want you to really keep your armpits open, maybe even interlacing those hands on the back of the head, not pulling on the back of the head, but instead just keeping that as a chest open reminder. On those good mornings, try to shift the weight forward into your toes a little bit, not letting those heels come up off the ground, but instead of sinking way back into those heels, cheating yourself out of a little bit of flexibility. Try to roll it forward and challenge that back a little bit. Whew. We're more than halfway through. 8-minute block and only 3.5 left. Let's try to get all the way through that second round. Maybe even getting into a third. Remember, don't let those shoulders bounce. You are flat and still, like we were balancing glasses of champagne. Right? You're allowed to have whatever you want for breakfast, as long as you get your workout in first. Man, that booty is burning. Come on, push through that pain. To find results, we have to change. To find change, we got to work just a little bit harder than we did yesterday. Just a little bit harder than you want to. "90 seconds in block number 1. We find ourselves in that monster walk, or even in our lateral walk. Remember, we're keeping chest up and eyes out on the horizon. Don't let yourself look down at your feet. You don't need to look at them to know what they're doing. You should be able to feel it through your body. If you can't feel what your feet are doing, then let's have a bigger picture conversation after class. 1 minute. On that monster walk, don't be tempted to tuck those or point those toes out. Keep the toes ever so slightly tucked in, so we're really engaging through the outer glutes. Put your hand on your butt. Can you feel your derriere squeeze and tighten when you go through your monster walk? If you don't feel it on that line, that sexy side where it shows off in your bathing suit, let's talk. 15 seconds. And done. Nice job. Go ahead and take a seat on the ground. Take off your mini band. We won't need it for block number 2. Block number 2, only 5 minutes long. We're working here 3 rounds, 3 exercises, 30 seconds of work, then a 15-second recovery in between. It's going to be one of those same concepts. We're going to go push, go a little base, go a little all out. Ooh, Coach Victor, wherever you are, that's a beautiful place to work out. Okay, dokes. So first exercise, in, out, in, out. So we're gonna watch his feet. Not gonna fast forward through. So we will step out, step in, step in. Pretend that you are in a box, pretend you are stepping out of a box. 30 seconds of work. We're then gonna go foot exchange. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and switcheroo. Shoulders back and down. We can incorporate those arms almost like a power skip. We use them like we were running. Last but not least, third exercise, we're going to find ourselves working here in our 3-step lateral sprint. The one that Coach Mel loves doing because, you know, she was totally a step aerobics teacher and is great with her feet and has all kinds of coordination. Step it. Oh, come on, Victor. 1, 2, 3, knee up. 1, 2, 3, knee up. He looks like Derek without the hair. It's funny. Okay, dokes. So, Teresa, you see it too, right? Okay, dokes. So again, 30 seconds work. So let's get ready to get started. We're gonna find ourselves in that in, out, in, out. If you need to, just do jumping jacks, whatever you're doing, lateral movement with the body, heart rate up. 3, 2, 1, begin. Again, the more we incorporate the arms as well as the legs, the more muscles we're moving, the more we're getting that heart rate up. So far off the rhythm, no arms for me. And 2, 1, and foot exchange. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Think about front jacks. Think about bringing that heart rate down just a little bit. We're not crashing out through the bottom, but instead building a little bit of juice for that 3-step lateral sprint. So about 10 seconds. Then we're going right into it. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Step, step, knee, step, step, knee. Come on. We'll get a 15-second rest after this. Let's earn it. You guys are rock stars. Come on. 10 seconds. In 2, 1, and rest. We have 15 seconds. Don't just stand still. Walk it out. Let's earn those cocktails that we're going out for our happy hour after 5 p.m. with 50% of our friends. Okay, do it again. In, out, and begin. So the goal ideally is to drive the knee up, take it out, and drive it up and take it in. Again, I just don't have the coordination for it. So if we just make steps, I'm good with that. Make the ladder work. And foot exchange. There you go. Hold a steady pace. We're not necessarily catching our breath, but maybe just getting a little more control of it. In 5, we're going to that lateral step. And begin. Really want to work Getting that heart rate up. Go a little bit farther on that lateral step. Drive, drive, drive. Farther side as you can. Give yourself a little bit bigger of a step. Five seconds. And rest. We got 15 to rest. Means one more round in block number 2. Just 90 seconds. Then we'll go ahead and find some strength work once more. I'm excited about it. In 2, 1, begin. Come on, team, come on. 15, that means you're halfway there. Pick up that pace. We're gonna get a longer break at the end of this one than just the 15. Quick feet, quick feet. And exchange. Use those arms. Remember, we're going opposite, so if that left foot's forward, the right arm is coming forward. Find a good rhythm. Get in control, because we're gonna go all out for those 30 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Come on, for this one, let's go quick. Doesn't have to be big movements. How many steps can you get in this next 15 seconds? Pump those arms. 10 seconds. In 2, 1, and done. Hot damn. Coach Jen in Columbus, Ohio, talking to us about block number 3. 8 minutes of fun. 4 strength exercises. Starting here with a single leg deadlift. Oh my goodness, we're still listening to her motivating quote. She's got a lot of motivation. So we're gonna pick up our 2 heavier objects. We're gonna find ourselves in a single leg deadlift, or as Coach Mel calls it, the drinking bird exercise. Shoulders back and down, belly button to the spine. Hinge it over, extending through the back side of the knee. Don't let that foot point. You flex and you keep that hip point down. Remember, we're not opening the hip to pee on the fire hydrant. We are squeezing the leg shut like a pair of scissors. 8 on one leg, 8 on the other. Alternating lateral lunge. 16 in total, or 8 to each side. Let the weight come in between, squeeze it up. Remember, we're pushing through the outside edge of that stepped out foot. We aren't letting ourselves roll into the pinky toe side, but keeping the foot balanced across the bottom. If you need to, let go of those weights. Hip bridge march, we're coming down onto the ground. In that hip bridge position, lift the hips up, and we are now going to pick one foot up and put it down. Remember, or notice that the knee stays at 90 degrees. Let's try not to bring the knee all the way into the chest, disengaging through the lower abdominals, but take it right to the edge with that squeeze the whole time. If we need to, we lower the hips down in between, 12 in total, that's 6 on each leg. We're then gonna find ourselves taking onto forearm plank, alternating leg lift. Put those elbows down. Thumbs can be up, palms can be down, but please don't bring your hands together. Squeeze again. So what is the focus? It's not about lifting the heel, guys. It's never about the heel. It's always about squeezing through the back side of the knee. Even if we need to come down here, I want you to think about lifting the back of your knee and pulling your toes to your shin the entire time. 16 in total. We're then gonna get back into it all the way through, guys. We got 8 minutes of fun. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Single leg deadlift, you flex the foot that's reaching back. If the right leg is reaching back, the right hip points down. I know it feels like you're gonna fall over, but that's where we learn to build balance. Nice, Manda, nice, Leah. There you go, Joe. So Teresa, I want you to think a little bit about squeezing your armpits closed. What's happening is the weights are pulling you down and you're rounding. So think about keeping your armpits closed, and it'll stop that in between the shoulder blades. I'm gonna watch you. There you go. Do you feel the difference in that? Sweet. Christina, I love that you're doing this on the edge of the world. I mean, what a better place to do it. It's nice. Look at that. I talked 1 whole minute of workout way. Nice. We're starting to feel that single leg deadlift in the lower back. It's because we've disengaged through the lower abdominals. You got to squeeze in the whole time, guys, the whole time. Really having trouble with the balance? Let go of the weights completely. Find the balance and then pick the weights back up. Oof. I've run way too many inclines in the last couple of days to think I can do that kind of stuff. I have. So, if block number 1 was endurance, block number 2 was power. Stab in the dark, this one's kind of a little strengthy endurance. So, on those single leg deadlifts, on those alternating lateral lunges, let's stop worrying about what the heart rate's doing. Start taking it slow with control. All the way through this block is about muscular endurance. First half is about strength. Second half is about burning out and fatiguing. So for some of us, I know you guys may be past it at this point, but that hip bridge with the march may not be quite enough. You can always put the mini band on your feet, like we've done for those bicycle crunches, and add a new aspect to that lower abdominal engagement as we pull the knee towards the chest. My feet are so sweaty. Ooh. Man, when Orange Theory says it's all about the lower body, I think they should just say it's all about the booty. Jiminy crickets. Okay, dokes. We got a little less than 3 minutes left in this block. Means we're more than halfway through. Ideally, as always, we're going for a minimum of 2 rounds. Nice, Leah. It looks good, Joe. Remember, everybody belly button in. Oh, beautiful. 2-minute warning. Less than 90 seconds, team. Close. Ooh, that was really interesting on the deadlift picture. She did some crazy things there. Last 60 seconds, guys. Thirty seconds. Remember, endurance means we keep going all the way to the end. 15. In 5. And last block. Coach Daisy's going to take us home. So here's the dealio, team. We got 2 rounds to 5 exercises all together, 45 seconds. We're going to go push. We're going to go base. We're going to go push. We're going to go base. We're going to go out. So let's talk about these exercises. Leslie, I'm intrigued by her grocery bags. We'll see what ends up happening. Okay, ski or swing. She's going to use 2 grocery bags. So be it, whatever. We talked about this the other day, guys. Remember, it's not so much about the push up as it is the pull back. The pull back is what's going to cause the push up to happen. Think about riding those skis. Think about pulling back on those ski poles. 45 seconds of work. We'll then find an active recovery here in a curtsy lunge, stepping it behind, keeping that knee right over the toe. That's what Coach Daisy's talking about. Keep those hips and those headlights facing forward. We're then going to find ourselves into a speed skater, driving out one side to the other, using those arms. She's really good at it. Man, does she have some beautiful hair? That's what happens when you live in California. Then we're going to take it into a curtsy lunge once more. Reach it back behind, squeezing through. Again, it's a base, not a walk. Find yourself bringing it back because we're going to go all out with a pop squat. Not so bad. It could be a pop jack, so we'll keep our fingers crossed for no more of those ever again. We're going to take it, jump and turn, sit it down deep in that squat as much as you can, jump and turn. Remember, you got to turn the head. I know she kept looking at us, but I want you guys to move your shoulders and your foreheads. As she was saying, if you need to, we jump, we step instead. 45 seconds. You guys ready for those skier swings? Grab those medium to light weights. Let's get after it in 3, 2, 1. Begin skier swings. Remember, it's about pulling back. Think about squeezing underneath those armpits. That stuff that we don't like to see flapping around when we've continued to wave, or like my new fun problem. I shouldn't tell you guys about the terrible stuff about me. Okay, no, 45 seconds of fun. Look at that. 30 seconds of it are already down. We have 15, just 15, and then we're going to take it into that base pace. So if you guys are not uncomfortable yet, you need to get there right here, right now. In 3, 2, 1. Take it into that curtsy lunge. Put those weights down. We don't need them again until we find that skier once more. There's going to be 2 rounds through of this. So again, think challenging, but doable, guys. 15 seconds, and we'll take it back to a push. 5. In 3, 2, 1, push. I know you guys have missed hearing it as much as I've missed saying it. The push effort on that scale of 1 to 10 is that uncomfortable 8. Shoulders are in that good set position. We're driving out through the entire bottom surface of the foot. Pump it from side to side. Let's go. Woo. 15 seconds. You're on the treadmill. I see you pushing buttons. You got to keep up that intensity. We're going to get a base in just 3, 2, 1. Active recovery. And almost good. That we only have 2 rounds of this. We are fatiguing and burning out. It's okay, I like to finish it strong. We'll do it together, team. Caught that breath. We've gotten back in control. We're starting to get our mind right. We got 15 seconds, and then we're getting really uncomfortable. You gotta dig, team. Remember, we're gonna have 30 seconds to walk it out on the flip side. 3, 2, 1, all out. Come on, you gotta be able to keep up the pace the entire 30 seconds. Find something that's really challenging. We're 15 seconds in. Woo. Too much on those knees. You take it into that tap turn. Ooh, made my sweaty floor. Making so much noise. 15 seconds, come on guys, come on. Dig deep. 15 seconds is where we turn up that intensity, not where we slow down. And rest. Holy cannolis. I want to say bad words. Anyone else want to say bad words? That was tough. Whew. Good thing we're only going to do it one more time. An even better thing, we're tougher. You guys got this. Now we know what's coming. So let's go ahead. We got 5 seconds. Let's grab those weights so we're not taking the time to do it in the working portion. And begin. Again, think about where the power is coming in a downhill ski. Doesn't even have to be downhill. In a cross-country ski. Where are we making the action happen? Then follow through with the hips on the way back. Come on, we're more than halfway through. Just 15 seconds. And 2, 1, and right into that curtsy lunge. Come on guys, don't wait for it. Pace, not a walking recovery. I know those quads are tired. How low can you go on that curtsy lunge? Let's stop just going through the motions. Let's start finding a little bit of work. 5 seconds. We're going speed skaters. And begin. Come on. Drive it. Drive it. Last time we're doing them. Not gonna lie. My push feels a little like an active recovery. So let's see if we can all amp it up together. Coach Daisy is killing it. Granted, she only does like 3 repetitions. But look at how fast she's moving. Can you keep up with her? In the final 15. And switch it up. We got that base pace again, right into those curtsy lunges. How low can you go? Keeping that front knee right on top of the front ankle. The only thing that's opening up is the front side of the thigh. Cross your legs like you were curtsying. That's why they call it a curtsy lunge. Woo! Learning something new every day. I'm so not excited about the pop squat coming up, but I am excited about it being the last exercise. So, just like we were in the studio, put your head around it, you put your heart around it. Let's get really uncomfortable together in 3, 2, 1, all out. Come on, let's go. Oh my goodness, team, come on. A little more than halfway there. "15 seconds. Don't you quit now. That'd be a darn shame. In 5, 3, 2, 1. And done. Hot damn, team. Ooh, walk it out. Big deep breaths. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Grab a little stretch. We will grab a stretch, but grab a little drink of water if you need it. Apparently I need it more than I thought I did. We're gonna come into a quad stretch. Letting go of that last block. Okay. Shifting body weight into that left foot. Go back and reach for those right shoelaces. Remember, we want to zip up the thighs together, try to get those knees to press, roll the shoulders back and down. The more we line up the legs, the deeper the stretch we get through the quad. Now what are we going to do to make it a little bit deeper? Squeeze that right butt cheek hard. Press the hips forward so we squeeze the heel up just a little bit more. Release it out and switch it up. Weight goes to that right foot. You find the left shoelaces. So let's talk about physiology, just how muscles are made and what they do. When we activate a muscle, we cannot stretch it. We just can't. It doesn't work. So when our foot is pointed, we're activating through the quad. So right now, I'm not stretching my quad. So what I want you to do is grab a little closer to the ankle and flex the foot and then pull the heel into the high knee. It may be a heck of a different stretch for you for the quad. It may be the first time that you've actually really stretched your quad. Remember, squeeze the butt cheeks together, press the hips forward. Release it out. Inhale, circle sweep all the way to the sky. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Bending through the knees if we need to. Fingers to the floor. Step the left foot back as far back as it goes. Left knee comes to the ground. We untuck the toe and inhale the chest up, hands to thigh. Or you can reach the arms to the sky. You're gonna grab me and bring you down to the ground. Don't worry. You don't have to go anywhere. Exhale, bring it down. Right knee's gonna come back. Left foot's gonna come forward. Same thing, we're gonna inhale up. Hands to thigh to support. Hands to the sky to challenge balance and stretch a little bit deeper through the hip flexor. From here, we're gonna go into our pigeon. It's just a fancy way to do a figure four. If we go into it and the knee says, no way, Jose, or you already know your knee can't pigeon, that's perfectly fine. Just go ahead and find a figure four stretch on your back. We're going to take this left foot, heel toe it again over to the right hand. We're then gonna let the left knee come down towards the ground. So the left shin is perpendicular, parallel to our hips. We are now going to let the hands come down to the ground. We should feel the stretch to the outside of the hip. If we're not there, go ahead and use the right toes to help you walk that right leg back till we feel the stretch in the left hip. There you go, Jill. Think about rolling into that right hip. Yay! But that sucks more, Mel. I know it does. I know. Hey, Mr. Brian Baker, how's it going back there? And go ahead and press it.
I hope Brian shows up in our picture.
Find yourself knees together, hips back, slide it into that child's pose. Let that hip recalibrate. Okay, go ahead and shift it forward into that kneeling plank. We're gonna step the right foot in just on the inside of the right hand, heel toe it over, let the right knee fall open. We're now here. The left leg starts to slide back. Think about squeezing left hip to right heel. I mean, it's kind of like working out together, right? It's more so that I'm doing with my husband, so you got that one.
I'll tag him in it and everything, Leah.
Okay, press it back to that child's pose. Go ahead and drag it up to that all fours position. Exhale, we arch through the spine, tuck the tail and drop the head. Inhale, reverse it out, the shoulders roll back and down, the chest comes forward. Find that neutral spine, tuck the toes, lift the hips, drop the heels, downward facing dog. Let's bicycle the feet. So drop one heel, bend the opposite knee, and alternate. And pony, and pony, and pony. It's the only thing I could ever figure out in step class. One big lift. Leah's taking step classes because she's laughing at the pony jokes. Drop the heels back and walk it back. Roll it all the way up. Shoulders back in your back pockets. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Round of applause for yourself. Round of applause for your neighbors.